Hi guys, welcome back to Jay's Kitchen. So today is Ganesh Chaturthi, and then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing one of Lord Ganesha's favorite sweets, which is the Modak. It's also known as Modagam or Kulkate. So we're going to be making the one with the coconut and jaggery filling. So let's see first how we make the outer layer of the Modak, which is the white flour layer. So let's see what we need to make that. So for the outer layer, it's very simple. I just need string hopper flour, which is idiyappam flour, and some ghee to add in while we are mixing it, and also some hot water. So I'm going to be using 1 cup of the string hopper flour. So for 1 cup, I'm going to be adding roughly about 1 and 1/4 cup of hot water, and then while we are actually mixing it, we're going to add in a little bit of ghee, and also we're going to add in a little bit of salt in the flour itself just before mixing it for taste. So yeah, so we're going to use 1 cup of this, and then after that we're going to add in 1 and 1/4 cup of hot water. And I'm going to be using a mixer, so I'm not going to be using my hands or anything like that. So I'm going to be using a mixer to actually mix these ingredients. So first, let's take the flour and we can start making the outer layer. So I have my mixer here, where I'm going to add in 1 cup of my string hopper flour, just the idiyappam flour. Okay, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of salt. So I've got my salt here. I'm going to add in a little bit of salt to taste, as necessary as you think it should. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some hot water, which is going to be about 1 and 1/4 cup of hot water. So usually for store-bought flour, you would probably need to add in a bit extra water, but it depends. So what I'm going to do is, as I mix this around, and I'm going to add in the water little by little. So we're going to continuously do this until it comes into a dough. So gently adding the water. So as you can see here, it's coming it's coming slowly into a flour. So I'm going to add in more water until it becomes into a dough. So the flour is actually hardening right now, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spatula and try to push everything to the side for those which are sticking. Okay. So we're going to push it to the side a little bit, and we still need to make it to come into a ball, a dough. So it's gently coming in. So slowly but gently. So I've taken my flour out from the mixer, so I'm going to use my hands here. So I'm going to mix it. So it's already come to a nice dough. So I'm going to add in a little bit of ghee. So we're going to put a little bit of ghee here. Just a little bit to add in with the flour. Okay, and then we're going to give it a nice mix. So as you can see, want to give it a very soft texture. Okay. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to use a cloth and we're going to cover this bowl, and then we're going to do our coconut. and jaggery filling. So we're going to cover this, and then we're going to come back again to this. So to make the coconut filling, coconut and jaggery filling, of course we have our jaggery here. I'm going to be using half cup of jaggery. Of course it depends on your preference. If you like to go lower than that, 1/4 cup or 3/4 cup, or you can even use 1 cup of jaggery. Like for me, half cup is just nice, so I'm going to be using half cup of jaggery. We're going to be adding in half teaspoon of ghee, and then about 3/4 spoon of cardamom powder, and also my coconut. That's going to be 1 cup of coconut. So we're going to do the filling right now. So I have the pot that's heating up here, and I'm going to add in about half cup of jaggery here, and I'm going to add a little bit of water, not too much, probably about 2 tablespoons, just so I can melt. We're going to get this to melt. That's it. So a little bit. So we're going to melt this, and then we're going to strain it to get rid of all the impurities. So we're going to allow this to boil a little bit before we actually strain it. So as the jaggery is melting, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that everything has already melted from the jaggery. So I'm going to remove this from the fire. I'm going to add this pan where I'm going to be mixing the coconut together, and I'm going to strain the jaggery into this pan. Okay. Okay. So we're going to allow this to heat up a little bit. So once this heats up, and then we're going to add in the other ingredients. So as this is boiling, we're going to add in our coconut together, and we're going to give it a nice mix. So we're going to mix it. Make sure it gets mixed nicely, well combined with all the sugar water. We don't want it to be too dry. We want it to be a little bit juicy. So we're going to mix it a little bit because it's still a little watery. So we just want it to be a little bit juicy and not too dry and not too watery. So at this point I'm going to add in about 3-4 teaspoons of cardamom for taste. And then we're going to mix it again. And then let it just stir fry a little bit till it becomes a little bit juicy and the liquid actually evaporates. So once you see the liquid evaporating off, so giving the finishing touch, I'm going to add in some ghee, about 1 teaspoon of ghee for a nice taste. A bit extra. Okay. And then just mix it. Okay, and then we can switch off the stove. So I've actually transferred the coconut jaggery filling in another bowl, and now we're going to allow this to cool down a little bit. So once it cools down, we can actually start filling this up into the outer layer of the modak. So it's still hot a little bit, so we're going to allow it to cool down for a couple minutes more. So after cooling off for a couple minutes, so we're going to take a little bit of the flour, okay, and then we're going to try to make you don't want to make too thick of a outer layer, so we want it to be a little bit thinner. And then we're going to add our filling inside. Okay. And then we're going to try to cover this and make it into a cone shape. So we got here our shape of the modak. I do apologize for the shape, but that's it. It's a modak. So we're going to fill up the whole flower and finish everything and make our modaks. So my modaks are all done. So far so good. So my idea of perfect modaks are not it's beautiful, it should be beautiful, it should be so perfect, but as long as it's in the shell, the flour, it's covered and it's steamed properly and it comes out nicely and it's tasty, that's my idea of a perfect modak. So right now we're going to steam the modak in the steamer. So I have my steamer that's boiling here. So before I put this in, I'm going to arrange my modak into my steamer and then we're going to put it on top once this comes to a rapid boiling. So as the water is boiling, so we're going to take our modak that I've arranged on steamer. I'm going to leave it on top and we're going to close it. We're going to steam it for about 7 minutes. Hey Google, set timer for 7 minutes. So we're going to steam it for 7 minutes and then it'll be ready. So our modak is done. We can switch off the flame and we can remove the modak and transfer it to another bowl. So this is my end result of my modagam, or even called as kulukattai. So nicely done, no breakage, everything is perfect, super, and it's really tasty for sure. As I know, I've made this for many years, so it's really good. So do drop me a comment and tell me how you liked it, and let me know how it turns out for you. Thank you so much for watching my video on how I made modak today. So if you like my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Please like my video, share it in social media and among your friends. And if you're new to my YouTube channel Hummingbird Mama, don't forget to check out my videos and also to click the subscribe button that's below the video, and not forgetting the notification bell so you'll always receive an email notification whenever a new video is uploaded on my YouTube channel Hummingbird Mama. So thank you so much for your support, and until I see you in my next video, take care and have a good day.